Welcome to Pathways to Success, a program that supports our micro, small, and medium enterprises here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. I'm Mai Rodriguez. From making a name in the perfume industry to creating beautifully designed home decor and tableware that can compete and thrive in the global market, our entrepreneur for today is a woman behind two successful local brands, Zest and Casa Juan. Joining us in the studio is Michelle Fontelera, the Chief Executive Officer of Zest Asia. Hi, Michelle. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Mai.
Well, it's so good to have you on the show because I want to talk about the beginnings of Casa Juan, because it is a platform to showcase local art, right?
Yes.
Through home decor and tableware. What inspired you to start this brand?
Well, Casa Juan started in 2020. That's during the pandemic. That's when we started selling. But my inspiration for the brand is basically my love for tableware and my love for the Philippines. I love everything Filipino, Filipiniana clothes, homeware and art. So I love everything about it. So I decided to merge my two passions, my two loves into one, which is tableware, which is Filipino inspired.
I remember before this interview, you were telling me you collect plates.
Yes.
So how many do you have in your collection?
I can't count, but I would just buy them in flea markets abroad, especially in London or Paris when I'm there. I would bring them home, and it was challenging because they might break. So sometimes if I put them in my check-in baggage, that was my biggest worry. Oh my gosh, what if they break? So normally I would hand carry them. So that buying plates, collecting plates was my passion already.
And now with Casa Juan, we now have beautiful plates and Filipino, right? Very Filipino.
Yes.
You see it in the designs.
Yes.
But also you are a woman wearing many hats. Wife, mom, and full-time entrepreneur. How do you balance now all these personal challenges with the business?
Well, number one, my biggest hat, my number one priority is always my family. First and foremost, I'm a mom, a wife, and a daughter. So secondary, being an entrepreneur is just secondary. So meaning I would drop everything. If I have an important meeting, if I have to do something important in my business and my son needs me for a small activity in his school, I would drop everything for my son. So family comes first, and I am able to manage it with time management because I have a strict daily routine where I wake up. I need to have time for myself, right? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. So I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I do my prayer, visualization, and meditation, and then I work out. I go to the office, and when I go home at around 6:30, time with my family. I shut off everything.
But it's really a balanced life, huh?
Yes.
Wow, I admire you for that. Okay, but let's talk about the passion project, because it's a passion project. It also nourishes you, right?
Yes.
Tell us how it does that and how it sustains you also.
With Casa Juan, well, Zest, my business for 23 years, is a business that I started also because I like perfumes. But Casa Juan is a different business because it has a deeper purpose. And that is to be able to promote the Philippines, to be able to show everyone, to show the world everything beautiful about us and admirable about our country through our products, through our plates.
Yeah. Okay, tell us about the adjustments from Zest, the perfume, and then to tableware.
Okay, because there's nothing in common except that they both start with the letter P, perfumes and plates. Well, the adjustment, I think it's pretty easy because I devote like 3 times a week for Zest. So I compartmentalize my time and 2 days a week for Casa Juan. But sometimes the challenge is when it's my Casa Juan day and an issue comes up for Zest, which is far off from creating or conceptualizing something like an HR issue. And then they go in my office and we have a meeting. So I'm out of my element already. But it's okay because, well, that's life.
but Zest is huge already. 100 stores or more.
Yes.
Stores and stalls, right? And Casa Juan is your baby.
Yes.
Okay, but how would you describe yourself as an entrepreneur?
As an entrepreneur, I'm very driven and I'm very passionate. And I always want to do my best in whatever endeavor that I am undertaking. Actually, a week ago, I heard this line in YouTube, and it said that extraordinary and legendary people are just ordinary people who did differently, felt differently, and thought differently to be where they are. And if they can do it, so can I.
And that resonated with
It
you.
resonates with me because, you know, I believe that if there was one person in this world who was able to achieve or do something, it means that it's possible. And that's how I live my life. I always do my best. I always exert more than 100% effort in anything and everything.
And now you're showing in Artefino.
Yes.
What year did you join Artefino?
Oh, I think 2 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, and I remember your story. You told me, you know, it's like sort of manifesting already, right? When you manifested that I hope to shop here every day in Artefino, and then maybe I can have a stall na lang, so I could be here. And it came true.
Yes, because back with the pop-ups were starting in Rockwell around 2017, 18, 19, I would go there and I really loved to shop. So every single day that I was there, I would spend a lot to buy the clothes or the baskets or whatever and then I told myself, one day I want to have a stall here. I want to join Artefino so that I can be here every day.
Tell us about the mission of Casa Juan to celebrate Filipino culture and arts.
Yes. Actually, our vision for Casa Juan is we want to bring a touch of the Philippines to every home, one plate at a time. We want the Philippines to be known all over the world. That's why in our plates, we have a small description card on what the design is all about. Because we also want to educate people about how beautiful our country is, how rich and biodiverse the Philippines is.
And later we will talk about the plates over here with beautiful designs in each of them. But that will come after the break. Now, how did Casa Juan evolve from its initial designs to its role in promoting Filipino culture through collaborations and sustainable practices? More on that when we return. Stay here on Pathways to Success. Welcome back to Pathways to Success. Still with us is Michelle Fontelera of Casa Juan. Now, Michelle, Casa Juan started with just 3 designs.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about these designs and how did you select them? And also, tell us about these plates that you brought over here as well.
Okay, so Casa Juan, our first 3 designs is number 1, the Kalaw, which is the Philippine Rufous Hornbill, because I saw it on YouTube and I saw it on Google, and it's a very, very beautiful bird. So I just wanted to use it for a plate. And then the next is the Ikat, the Ikat design. The Ikat is a weaving technique, which the Mandaya people of Davao are very good at, and also the Batik. So, because I had a batik malong that my aunt gave me from Mindanao, so the first 3 designs were inspired from those things.
Beautiful plates. And tell us, how did the designs evolve? And the quality as well, how did it evolve?
Well, we really wanted to promote not just the Filipino weaves, Filipino endemic, the endemic birds and flowers of our country. We also wanted to promote our culture. So like these designs, which will be launched tomorrow in Artefino, is called Batang Pinoy. And I conceptualized it with the artist, Cora Dandan Albano. So we have here the Sari Sari store, because back in the days when I was young, when I was 8 years old, I would hang out in the sari-sari store and read the comic books outside. Yeah, so it's very nostalgic.
That's how we grew up.
Yes.
In the sari-sari store
Diba?
also. We would buy with our barya.
Yeah,
we
the
would buy
candies.
whatever we want. Yeah.
And the soft drinks in the plastic. Yeah. And this one is the bahay-bahayan, and they're using the mini palayoks. And that other one is the gumamela bubbles. And then the other one is the aratilis tree. Because when I was young, I remember the winner of the afternoon is the one who could climb highest and get the most aratilis. Yeah.
So each has a story.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for sharing that story with us. And it's very Filipino. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, now share with us, please, your collab with the designer, Rajo Laurel. He was the very first that you collaborated with. How did that come about?
Well, with Rajo, I think it was 2021, height of the pandemic. And then I was looking at designer plates, branded designer plates on Google. And then I thought to myself, why don't we make a Filipino fashion designer plate? And then I was scrolling through Instagram, I saw Rajo's sketches, and then I texted him. I messaged him on WhatsApp and I told him, Rajo, let's make a fashion plate for you under Casa Juan. And he said, go. So what we did was he made sketches, black and white sketches. It's high fashion plates. So it's really, really nice. And it's
the
in
very
limited edition.
Very first Filipino designer plates.
Yes, with that kind of concept. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I haven't seen anything like it in abroad. That the sketches, the fashion sketches of a certain designer are on a plate in black and white.
Limited edition, of course, sold out now.
Yes.
And then there were several revivals of it?
For Rajo, we had 3 collections, and we're coming out with another one maybe next year.
Okay, tell us about the other collaborations with different artisans.
Well, we also had a collaboration this year with Dominic Rubio, and it sold out in 3 days since it's limited edition, and another one with Sanso. And so I think this September we are launching these 2 plates by Dominic Rubio as well. And how did I collaborate with them? I harassed them. No, I texted Dominic on Facebook, and I would text him every single day until he said yes, let's meet up. And then I met with the Jack Chotico of Gallery Joaquin, and then everything started from there.
Yes, okay, and of course, these collaborations help support the local community and also provide jobs.
Yes, of course. And our latest collaboration is, of course, this one, the recipe plates. Yeah.
Well, of course, there would be a high demand, I presume, no, for these high quality plates.
Yes.
How do you meet that demand and also the appetite now of local consumers for locally made, like Filipino goods now?
Actually, we did not at the onset, we did not expect that the response would be this good. We just thought, oh, we'll sell a few pieces every month and that's it. We didn't know. I asked one of my businessman friends, oh, how do I make a study for this? And then he told me, pag lumaki, bahala na si Batman. And that's the principle that I followed. So when it grew bigger, that's when we started to order more, started producing more designs. So it became a little bit challenging and a little hectic because we had to produce new designs all the time because people wanted something new.
And what's more admirable is your commitment to sustainability. So how do you apply that in the business?
Well, of course, number one, we help the weavers, like this one from Ilocos, and we also help artisans. We help artisans from Paete. They make our napkin rings. And we also have placemats and chargers from Bohol using the buri. And we're also currently working on a project where we use the retaso or the scrap clothing scraps of the weaves, and we will convert them and make them into napkin rings so that nothing will go to waste.
Okay, up next we will tell our viewers how to get their hands on
Yes.
Casa Juan plates, and also we have more to talk about Casa Juan's artistry, pricing, and future plans. Don't go anywhere. Pathways to Success. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pathways to Success. Still with us is Michelle Fontelera of Casa Juan. Now, Michelle, since its inception in 2020, tell us now, how is Casa Juan doing in both the local and international markets?
Well, for the local market, we sell mostly on Instagram, and we also join pop-ups, a lot of pop-ups this year actually. And we are also available in Cultura Filipino and Tesoros and Frankie and Friends in Power Plant Mall.
I think the perfect venue for your products,
Yes.
right? So how do you determine the pricing for your plates, for your tableware?
Well, I would always use myself an example. If it's pretty affordable to me, then I would sell it at that certain price. If I will buy it, agad, at that price, then mostly, of course, there's a math concept behind it. But for the weaves, we don't get much of a profit. And for the food that we mix with our tableware for our gift sets, we have zero profit from that, because we just want to help the MSMEs and we just want to help the farmers. Yeah.
So, but for the international market, how do you reach them, and how was the perception or the reception for the Filipino designs that you showcase?
Well, right now, our international market is just from foreigners, seeing our posts on Instagram, ordering from us, and having it shipped there. But of course, we have a bigger dream. We want to be available worldwide. So right now, it's just the balikbayans who buy our plates and bring it abroad. And actually, that's one of my proudest moments is when a balikbayan told us that she used our street food plates. We have plates of Philippine street food in her house, and she had guests who were Americans. And then her guests asked her, "What are these plates? They're so cute." And then the balikbayan, that girl, was able to tell them the story of the Filipino street food. So it's really a conversation piece. She was able to share a bit of our culture to these Americans because of the plates.
And very colorful
Yes.
conversation.
Yes.
Most probably. Tell us about the social responsibility arm of Casa Juan, because it is involved in Feed PH's initiative to sponsor classrooms in Tawi-Tawi. Tell us about that. How does it align with the brand?
Because we're selling plates, so automatically what plates is related to food, correct? So Feed PH is a non-profit organization, and wherein they sponsor nutritious meals for school children who are in poverty level or under poverty level. So we sponsor the classroom in Tawi-Tawi, and we're adding another classroom this year somewhere near Metro Manila, somewhere near or Rizal. So because they provide lunch meals na full of the nutritious na, it's a complete meal for the students, because that's one of the problems in society, malnutrition of these children. And since some are malnourished because they don't get nutritious meals at home, parang it affects their brain. so they won't get to perform that well in school. And at least with the initiative of Feed PH, they will be able, when they go to school, they will be able to eat something healthy, something nutritious, something good.
Yeah, well, from beautiful designs to a beautiful advocacy, a beautiful mission. Thank you for that. Also, tell us about long-term goals now, the future plans for Casa Juan.
My future plan is, well, my biggest dream is really to be able to export our plates abroad, for it to be available in the US or Asian countries or Europe, because I want the world to see the beauty, or the universe rather, how beautiful the Philippines is. I want them to learn more about our culture and for them to have an idea that our country is rich, our country is beautiful.
What are the other themes now that you are excited to explore in your future collections?
Oh, well, right now, there's the Filipino recipe plates in collaboration with the chef Reggie Aspiras, because we also want to promote Philippine cuisine, not just to locals, but also to foreigners. And
for example, the adobo plate here comes with a recipe?
Yes, it comes with the recipe, the lechon and pinakbet and sinigang, the staples. We're planning to grow this collection. And also for next year, we have a biodegradable stoneware where the design is the bilao.
Oh, interesting. Okay, what tips now would you give to our young entrepreneurs who want to diversify in business?
Well, as an entrepreneur, my advice to entrepreneurs, not just diversifying, but entrepreneurs as a whole, number one is they have to dream big. They really have to have a dream. They have to have a definite plan. They have to have a definite dream. And they have to act on it. And they have to give it their 100%. They have to give it their best shot to be able to achieve it. Because, dreaming without action is nothing. Action without doing your best, it also means nothing. So I think those three principles would move them ahead, push them forward.
Yeah, of course, very good. So tell us now, where can they find your stores again? Where can they find the Casa Juan plates and also online?
Okay, they can follow us on Instagram, Casa Juan Manila, and we also have a Facebook account, and they can find us in Cultura Filipino, Frankie's, in Power Plant Rockwell, and Tesoros.
Thank you so much for joining us today. More power in this business, and good luck. And I'll see you in Artefino.
Yes, see you
Thank you, Michelle, for giving us a glimpse into how Casa Juan celebrates Filipino artistry and supports local crafts. Now, for entrepreneurs inspired by creativity, keep championing local talent and embracing your unique vision. This is Pathways to Success. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Thanks for joining us.